Hi, guys. Can I get a 5 by 5 if you guys can hear me? I'm doing something a little different with my microphone currently. Welcome. I have a question. Can I get a 5 by 5 if you guys can hear me? I'm doing something. Well, we know the sound works now. I have to have my DLive open so that I remember to empty the treasure chest. Guys, remind me. Thank you, guys. Hey, Tessa. Hi, guys. Yeah, those of you watching on DLive, will someone please remind me before I hang up to empty the treasure chest? Hang on one second. I just need to check. It doesn't look like anything is connected but DLive. We shall check. We shall see. Un momento, por favor. Okay. Let's see if Twitch. Oh, who cares about Twitch? Whatever. As long as the YouTube and the DLive are connected, I'm pretty sure Pilled and Foxhole, I had to change something on that today. So hopefully you guys are able to view, those of you who are using Pilled and Foxhole. ¿Cómo estás, guys? So here's my question. How is it possible that it hasn't even been a week since the inauguration? Trovo. No, I haven't heard of that. I feel like I've aged 17 years in this past week. What do you guys? How about you guys? Hey, Joshua. So, yeah, a week ago today, we were sitting right here talking about what was going to possibly happen the next day. Well, now we know. My video is not coming up on Foxhole. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. I will get that figured out. Methods was trying to help me change something around, and I obviously blew it. So, well, thank you for finding me on here. We are living through the tribulation. Feels like it, doesn't it? So, Nancy says, so sad for America. Oh, Grizzly Whisker. Thank you so much. Good to know. Yeah, so I definitely went through the depression. Well, first of all, watching it that day was just so surreal, was it not? You know, not knowing what to expect. There was a lot of weird stuff going on that day. Just the feeling was just kind of gross, watching that whole thing unfold, watching that man put his hand on the Bible. That like giant, what the heck was that, by the way? That looked like the most ominous book I've ever seen in my life. It would be out of a horror movie. Like that looked like a book of spells that some kids uncover in an attic and then they like just ruin everything. So yeah, it was really weird watching it. It was like very silent. And then this baby started crying and I was like, that is so symbolic. It just felt so weird. Yeah, really creepy feeling that day. And just kind of in shell shock, I guess, that night and then going into the next day. I didn't even really know what to say. It wasn't like I wasn't preparing myself, at least on some level, for the possibility of such a thing. I knew that it was most likely going to happen that way because that's just, you know, we were hoping for big, explosive, awesome, you know, revelations to happen. But of course, like we're used to things just kind of panning out the way that they are planned. An ancient Masonic Bible. Interesting. So anyway, yeah, that was super weird. And it was just, yeah, feeling kind of somber. And then you kind of collect yourself and you start looking into things and you realize that things were not, there's so many things that weren't lining up with that. So there are still a lot of possibilities for things to, let's say, have a happy ending. And, you know, I'm still holding out hope for that. But you know, like a lot of us felt like cheerleaders for a long time, like hold the line, guys, and trust the plan and da, 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 da. I'm not really feeling that, although I still do believe there's a good possibility that things are going to happen. I'm not like down on Q. I'm not down on like the whole thing, but I kind of feel like right now, trusting the plan isn't part of it. It's like, I keep going back to this scare event necessary and there was even a drop that was like, said something about the end for won't be for everyone. And I was thinking about that, and it's like, okay, what we're seeing right now is obviously really scary. We're seeing a lot of we're seeing our worst nightmares come to fruition with this administration, but it's also still waking a lot of people up. And so there are a lot of us that are like, oh, well, we already knew, like, we don't need to see that, but it's not for us. It's for those people that still needed to wake up and see it. Oh, great. Hi, Methods. Thank you. Awesome. Good. I did it. I copy pasted. I'm so smart, you guys. Hi, Patricia. I'm good, Rod. Yeah, so this isn't for us, even though we have to sit through it and watch it, and that sucks. But can you guys, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of the posts on Twitter about regret, like people that are saying that they voted for Biden and now they're already regretting it. Like day one, there were already people saying that. They're like, this, what is he doing? This is the worst thing possible. He couldn't be doing a worse job. He couldn't be going against everybody harder. So 28 executive orders in less than a week. Like he is going after it. I saw a graphic today, and I don't know if it was accurate, but it was showing the executive orders signed on the first day by, or maybe it was the first week. No, it was the first day by the past like 5 or 6 presidents. And it was like 1 or 0 or maybe like 3. And then here's Biden with 17. So he really got busy to pissing people off, right? And a lot of people are seeing that and hating it. And we all hate it, but it's important to, I feel like some people had to get a taste of what it would be like to live under the communist regime of the Biden China administration. And so that's exactly what we're getting right now. Now, how long this will need to last, I have no idea. I just know that, you know, you have people for so long, people are still kind of holding on. I would hate to see people just completely lose hope, because there still are a lot of possibilities that actually would put us in, they would actually be better than we could have ever imagined. Like we could have never planned for this. There was no part of us. If you would have given us the opportunity to plan this all out, none of us would have designed it this way, especially not with the optics of having Biden in office. I mean, that's terrifying, but we have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. And what if it, like we have been told over and over again, you're watching a movie, and you know that we've already won and that patriots are in control. So what if this is all optics? And so I'm not panicking quite just yet. I still see a way for this to turn around. Now, granted, are we going to be in like March, April, and am I going to be saying the same thing? I don't know. Probably not, to be honest. I mean, there would have to be big things that would happen that would give me reason to believe that like to hold out hope. But this could be very interesting. And like I said, a better outcome than we could have even imagined. When we think about high-level arrests being made and corruption being flushed down the old proverbial toilet, and we think of that being done under Trump, it's like now kind of in hindsight, we realize that that wouldn't have been so good, because he would have just looked like a dictator. And it's almost like the further away he gets from being in office, like even if it would have happened an hour after Biden took office, people still would have been like Trump. So the further he is away from being in office, the less it's going to look like, you know, it's him if the military does it. And so, you know, there are reasons, there are benefits to that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's all a part of the movie. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean, gosh, I've said this a million times before, but when I take a step back, really, and I look at things, I start laughing. It's comical almost, that how ridiculous things are. And it does make me feel a lot calmer. We are plugged already, Kyle says. This is for the normies. Kate, you're going to have newbies here soon. Well, that's just the thing, is that if we get a rapid awakening of people like that, it is going to be all of our responsibility to, hi, Anita. Hi, Alara. Hi, everybody. To help those people along. And one of the things, oh gosh, I had my session yesterday with Allison Coe, and I am going to go over that a little bit, but I do want to, I'm still kind of unpacking it. So I probably won't go fully into it today because I still want to like process it. I haven't even listened to it back yet. So I'm still kind of just from what I remember of it, able to go over it. But one of the things that came up that I kind of saw was this, like, that people's awakening, because we're running out of time, or because we're getting closer to the end, is going to have to be a lot more rapid, a lot more tumultuous. It's not going to be as like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to ease into this over here and I'm going to maybe explore this. There's a possibility that people might just get thrust into it, and that's going to be that's going to be something. So just be prepared for that. I know it's for all of us. If you're anything like I am, you're barely hanging on anyway. Like, I feel like I haven't been able to catch a breather, really. And then also just with stuff in like personal lives, it's like it seems to be happening to everyone around me. Everyone is just going through a lot of stuff. Even just a lot of really good people I know have had, deaths in their family or somebody close to them, or everything just seems to be like getting turned on its end right now. And I guess that would be maybe expected for kind of like a rapid awakening when, like all the karma is being drudged up. Like, basically, I feel like everything is just being yanked up by the roots, and then we're just going to have to deal with it. But I believe there's a plan for that. Freedom Day. Yeah. Going through it, Anita says. Exactly. Everybody's going through it. What do you think would have happened if you wanted to go down, went down? Oh, Brad, I think what you're asking is, what was it? Hey, Nicole. What do you think would have happened if what you wanted to go down went down? So I would have wanted, a month into when I found Q, which was February 2018, I would have wanted people arrested that next month, and everybody, I guess, shown evidence of all of these crimes against humanity and, whatever. Sorry, there you go. That would have been a mess. That would have been an absolute disaster. I think that would have caused a lot of chaos, and people just weren't ready. People are a lot more ready now than they were then. But also, like I said, it's so important, I guess, for it to be done not under the Trump administration. What's your opinion about the people disappearing on live television at the inauguration? I saw that it was his granddaughters, right? And one's wearing like a pink coat and one's wearing maybe a purple coat or something. I saw that, and I don't really know. It seemed to me like they for sure were not. They should have been in that second shot. So basically, you had a cutaway or editing of, a certain angle, and then it cut to a different angle of the inauguration and Biden standing there. And in one, his granddaughters are standing kind of right there. And then it cuts to this angle and they're nowhere to be seen. So, but I've also heard, or I've seen people also say like, no, they would have probably just been out of the shot. So I don't know. Could have been. Tulsi Gabbard may have an important role in the mass awakening for normies and newbies, A. Cook says. Yeah, I've always kind of felt that there was more to her than meets the eye. She certainly does grab, people respect her, and she's not utterly hateable like so many of them are, right? There's something kind of likable about her. There's something kind of cool. And I could see how she could be an important kind of cog in the wheel. If there actually were mass arrests during Trump, it would have just turned into a field day for the media to call him a crazy dictator. Exactly. Now, why? So the media is obviously a very important part to this. There's definitely a part of me that's like, well, okay, why haven't we taken them over yet? They're causing more damage than almost anything, I would say. And that would probably be the first thing I think that would have to go. And I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? None of us know, and none of the bad guys do either. And there's a reason for that. And you know, to the people that are saying like, oh, well, are you going to move the goalposts again? I think it's important to realize there were never any goalposts. There was only speculation. There were, you know, educated guesses. There were a lot of people putting together I mean, these are bright people. Yeah, there are people out there making dumb guesses, I guess, but the majority of what I saw, like there were good reasons to think that things might have gone down on this day or this day, but keep in mind that those were also there so that the bad guys would also be like, oh, well, is it going to happen this day? Keep people on their toes. And yes, of course, we want to know, but us knowing is not only unnecessary, but it also would work against things. So there were no goalposts. Nothing has been moved. And it was just speculation. Obviously, things we were hoping for, et cetera, et cetera. So anyone who says that is just an asshole. And really, when it comes down to it, I believe my new religion is just don't be an asshole. That's like it really just kind of comes down to that. You know? Hi, Robin. So yeah, the dude behind me is Nikola Tesla. We are taking down the MSM. They are dying now. Exactly. Who's paying attention to the mainstream media? Less and less. Their engagement is sad. It's really sad. Yeah, there's a reason that they're called the enemy of the people. Yeah, we are kind of burnt out. I feel that. You have every right to be burnt out. Totally. Every right to be burnt out. And I say this all the time, but if you need to take a break, take a break. The couple days after the inauguration, I didn't unplug completely, but I unplugged a lot. And I watched Lord of the Rings, the first two, and because I've never really seen it before. And, you know, Inner Earth, those are my people, right? Oh my God, you guys, am I a hobbit? Am I a hobbit? No, I'm an elf. Remember, Ivan told me that I had pointy ears, but I don't remember if he told me exactly what it was. Anywho, I never watch movies. I never watch TV. I've been binging on Married with Children. Actually, you know what? I actually have been putting on Friends. I put on Friends because Friends is one of those shows you can just have on. It's completely non-threatening. They don't get political. It just, whatever. It's like background noise. And sometimes you just need that. But I don't tend to even watch movies. I just can't help it. I just don't like it. But I told you guys before, my grandma's her second favorite book was The Hobbit. For whatever reason. I'm still figuring it out. And I still need to read the book because I know that it's very different. But her first favorite book was a book called Van Loon's Lives. And I haven't read that either. I started it when I was in high school. I was like curious about it. And it was very sophisticated, let's say, and way over my head. But I'd like to get around to reading that again. Get around to trying to read it again. Someday I'll have time for fiction. But right now, isn't real life so much more interesting? Well, maybe not like right now, but things are getting better. I did want to mention, before I forget, that I am going to be let me get the link real quick. I just mentioned this on my Telegram. Oh, I should put hold on. First, let's do this. I am going to be at this conference in March in Cocoa Beach, Florida. And it is going to be very intimate, which I'm really excited about. I kind of feel like we just need this. Like some of us just need this so badly right now. And I'm glad that it's a smaller conference because I feel like a big conference right now would just be very overwhelming. Besides Florida and like, God, everything about that just sounds good right now. So I just put that in the, whatchamacallit, the link to that. And then also, as soon as we're done here, Journey to Truth is having some of the other speakers on a roundtable discussion. So here's a link to that right after we're done with this. So go check that out. Oh, nice, Tyler. Only 30 tickets left. So if you're interested in going, I know it's kind of hard to like, it's such a weird time, right? We're all feeling that so much right now. But by March, like something's got to give, right? And by the way, things are never so bad that like we can't get together and we can't let me have this, you guys. Inspector Colosso. I don't even know who that is. Am I still on Instagram? No, I am not on Instagram any longer. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram. I just hyphenated that word. I don't know why. Let me give you my link tree. What's my link tree? Here we go. Nope. How do I get to my link tree? Let's try this. There it is. Because I know things are always changing and this is probably the easiest way. So right now I'm primarily on Telegram. No, I do not have an OnlyFans. This is past its expiration date. Nobody wants that. Telegram, I have a channel that's just, I have a personal channel that's just mine, which right now I'm just using for like memes and music because I'm just like, I don't know what else to do. So I'm just trying to like, you know, put out a little something that's uplifting. And then We the Media is where I'm mostly posting anything that's newsworthy. And that's kind of cool because there are a bunch of us that are collectively working on that. And so, you know, we're all looking for news. We're all looking for what's going on, but also we're all very used to having the analysis or commentary or thoughts or feelings of some of the people that we were used to following on Twitter. And so that was kind of the idea behind this Telegram group. So we've got a lot of really great people that are collectively kind of working on that. We might add more people to it eventually. I mean, we've got a lot of people, and so like you don't want to have a bunch of double postings and stuff like that. But obviously we're all missing being on Twitter and having those people in one spot. Like we don't want to have to be spread out over a million places to find each other. I think eventually we'll find a place to light that's like permanent. But for right now, that seems to be a good place. There are some other people that have I feel like more and more people are joining Telegram. So that seems like a good place. And I do have a Gab. I'm on Gab, but I haven't been on there a ton. I need to start using it a little bit more. Ouch. Q is still in play. The board is nearly complete. Yes, I like that. Yeah, Gab is actually a really great platform. I haven't had a ton of luck just because, you know, so many people migrated over there at once that they had to like update all of their servers daily. I think they were just getting more and more servers added, but I hear it's humming along really well now. So my buddy at work got off the Q wagon via something Alex Jones said. I told him I never trusted that guy. I can't have this international division. I'm still on board. Patience, patience, patience. You know, everybody will be back. It sucks right now. It sucks. I will admit that. I will be very honest with you guys and tell you that it's hard not to feel like the meat shield. You know what I'm saying? It feels like right now, because not only is it like it just feels like we're getting it from every side now. Everybody's mad at us. But and this has never been about vindication or being right. It's just about getting our country back, getting our world back. But yeah, it always sucks to have people not seeing what you see and they're unwilling to really look into it. And of course, everybody has their opinions that basically everything that I've seen that goes against it, there have been a ton of hit pieces about Q that have come out over the last week, which why would they be bothering if we were just like a fringe internet conspiracy theory that was being, that started by some dude in his basement? Why would they care? Why do they care? Why are they not writing hit pieces on Sasquatch right now? So that in itself is pretty telling, but it's also like these people, it's very clear from what they're saying. They don't know what they're talking about. They've never read a drop. They haven't followed it. They're keeping their eyes on anybody who, is out there talking about Q, because keep in mind, where everybody out there talking about it publicly then becomes like a representative of Q, and they'll take the craziest things that they can find and be like, oh, this is what the Q people believe. So they are not, they're not responsible. That's the part we understand that. We already know that about the media, but then it starts to affect the people, our friends, our family, our coworkers. And then it's hard not to feel like, God, come on, this is, it was never supposed to be easy, I guess, but it will be very sweet once we arrive at our destination. Kate, you think you can sign an executive order to get people to like your videos? God, that would be a sad state of affairs. Yeah, there are a lot of, Kate has trolls. Uh-oh. They can stay. They're my people. I don't even know if I have moderators anymore on YouTube, so just ignore them. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I'm really proud of We the Media, just because I'm really proud of the way that everybody's working together. And I'm not only that, I'm really proud of all the people that found us, that people didn't just give up once we all got deplatformed. They were not just like, okay, well, I give up. I guess I'll see it when it happens. Like, no, everybody is still doing their due diligence as far as staying on top of what's happening. And they are, this is a collective effort. So we are all still, people, like, I feel like people kind of gave up, maybe like those that did. There were some people that kind of gave up for a few hours, or they needed to take a massive break and then they came back the next day, or they needed to take a couple days. But we are getting very resilient, you guys. That's very clear. Hey, Kenny. We don't have too many options. We must meditate, crud, and pray to manifest a better world. Yeah, we got this, you guys. But that's always a good idea, to just, whatever you do to feel connected with yourself, to feel connected with God, to feel grounded. Those are the things that we should be doing, just because there's really nothing else. Don't take the bait if your coworkers, like I said, are trying to argue about this stuff. I have a lot of friends too, who, it's very sad. Some of their family members are coming out and, distancing themselves from them and saying, things like, I'm really worried about you, or, they obviously just don't get it. And that sucks. It's really hard. There must be a reason for this, though. And for me, this has been a really tough lesson that I really used to care what people thought about me. And I really used to care what particular people thought about me. And I had to have that all broken down. And then I had to build myself back up. And now I'm like, it's not that I don't care about those people anymore. I still do, but I don't care what anybody thinks about me. That is very freeing. Let me tell you, it's one of the best things I've ever changed about myself. Was, I hate to say not caring what people think about me, because you don't want to be like, well, screw everybody else and what they think. You still want to honor people's, I guess, just not being so attached to what people think about you, or letting it color what you think about yourself. Give up. Where are you going to go? That's a great point. Who said that? Slacker wannabe. It's a good name. Exactly. Where are you going to go? Where are you going? Nowhere. He's going nowhere. God never gives us more than we can handle. That like rings in my ears sometimes when I'm going through. I can't catch a break, you guys. That's just the way that it is. But I'm still standing. Well, I'm sitting on my foot that's asleep, but I'm here. Thank you, Happy Space. The day I turned 40, I was so free. Man, it goes fast in here. Never care what anyone thinks of me except my loved ones and God. Yeah, I love Sam Tripoli. We've talked a bunch. He's awesome and really funny. I had an ex-coworker tell me I used to be so sweet and cool, and I'm like, yeah, I thought caring about your country was cool. Okay, good point, Maria. I don't know what to say about people. I just can't imagine ever being that rude to somebody. You know, like, yeah, I have my thoughts about people. I just can't even imagine having the cojones to say that to somebody's face. Like, you used to be so cool. Really? That's so mean. Yeah, so it's not easy. It hasn't been an easy week, but we're getting through it. I feel like it's getting easier every day. What about you guys? Are you like, that's the sense that I'm getting. You know, there was a really weird, it was just like everybody was just didn't know what to say those first couple days. But I am seeing people getting their sense of humor back, which is always the best indication. And if things are going to be shitty, the best thing we can do is laugh about it, which is where memes come in. Really? Oh boy. Alexia, sorry to hear about your sister-in-law. That's pretty asshole-ish. Nothing wrong with thinking outside the box, Kate. The government has literally said we have recovered alien technology, but yet Q is out of the realm of possibility. Yeah, so many of those, the world is weird, you guys. The world is weird. We know it. If you've had your own experience with literally anything, you kind of know that. And then you have the people that are like, that's not true. Well, those are just the people that haven't had that experience yet. But it's not that we know what's going on. It's just that we know the world is weird. So the second you kind of put things together, then yeah, you're more open to it. Just actually feel sorry for the people that just are so boxed in with what they believe the world is, and they are unwilling to like look outside of that. And yeah, it's a sad place to be. We will prevail, exactly. You know, no matter what, first of all, this wasn't about Trump. It was never about Trump. As much as we love him, as much as we adore him, as much as we miss him, oh my God, I miss him so much. Do you guys not miss him so much? It was never about him. It was always about waking people up, getting our country back, getting our sovereignty back as human beings, and uncovering the corruption, right? That happens globally and has happened since the beginning of our history. We're already doing that. We're still doing that. Whether Q comes back or not, whether Trump is ever our president again, we're already doing that. Like, take a look around and feel proud of yourself, actually. Don't get so caught up in, okay, what's going on with the plan and what's it going to look like? And is Trump coming back? And da, 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 da. Like, some of these things are just fun to speculate about at this point. But if it is turning into something that is not benefiting you, then take a step back from that and just really look at the fact that we already are winning. It's just true. Look at all of the people that we have woken up and continue to wake up. Look at all the people that are waking up because of Biden and what he's doing every day. He's dispensing more red pills than just about anybody. We can't live in fear and anger. Yeah, absolutely. Starseed Adventure Conference in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Exactly. That's what here. Let me put the link to that again. Yeah, I saw that Kayleigh McEnany is now working for Fox News. Um, yeah, that was a bummer. I mean, I remember when Catherine Herridge went to go work for, what is it, CBS? I was like, that's a bummer. But actually, how great that ended up being, because she is somebody that I look at that's very responsible in her reporting, and she's getting it in front of a bunch of eyes that wouldn't normally be looking at her, right? So if Kayleigh McEnany can go work for Fox, wouldn't it be cool if she becomes like the White House correspondent for them? Dude, she would hand that redheaded chick her ass every day. It would be awesome. Is it just me, or is she so hateable? I'm sorry. I try not to drop into the third dimension. Who am I kidding? I live here. I live in the third dimension. But I can't even look at that chick. You know what's funny? I don't know if everybody knew this before. Maybe everyone did and I just was me. But you know that picture, I believe it was from Trump's inauguration day, with a bunch of the people outside the White House. There's like Valerie Jarrett's in it. I think maybe Susan Rice. They're all just standing there like super pissed with their arms folded, just like that redheaded chick, I think, is in that picture. It's a pretty funny picture. I mean, and like the questions, there's so many softball questions, and like Kayleigh McEnany would have never gotten away with that. Just been like, and next question. I don't like that question. Next. With everything. It's not like every once in a while, like, okay, you're out of hand. It's like everything. We aren't the only ones seeing it, you guys. She was at the State Department. Oh, she was the State Department spokesman. Thanks, Lonnie. Interesting. Okay. I like redheads, but she is a see you next Tuesday. I like redheads too. Yeah, it's pretty much a whole disaster. It is a whole ass disaster, this administration. And everybody is seeing it for themselves. So what? How long is it going to take? I mean, like, some of us look around, like some people are still completely buying into it, I guess, but fewer and fewer. What's it going to take? It's going to be something we can't predict. Hey, P. Rich. Gingers are good. Gingers are good. I like me some gingers. Did you get kicked out? Not by me. They're coming out with flu numbers. Scare event. Yep, that's what I was saying. I think this might be, well, whatever. It's possible that this is the scare event. What could be scarier than this, right? It's possible. It was kind of like an ominous thing that was hanging over my head, I feel like, because every time I thought about that drop, I was like, that hasn't happened yet. What is that going to be? Doesn't sound good, right? This would definitely line up as being a scary event, correct? Ginger snap. What accent do I have? I don't know. Television? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say I have an accent. Have I reviewed the wallpaper and the Secret Service button? Yeah. Yeah, trust me, there is no end to the interesting things that it's almost like what was the like I used to go to this bar, and it was there was one of those TV things where the touchscreen video games, and there was the one where it was like, what is this? What's the difference between this picture and this picture? And I was quite good at that. because I'm sure it's super hard. And that's what this is reminding me of. So there are a lot of pictures floating around that are, comparing, contrasting. So we know that the rug in his office, I believe, came from the Clinton administration. But interestingly enough, it was also the same exact rug that was in I believe it's a permanent set that resides on this movie studio, the soundstage. And it is, interestingly enough, from the producers of Castle Rock Entertainment. And I think the movie was called American President. So it's the same exact rug. Things like that. Biden executive order bans the use of the phrase China virus. This is true, not fake news. I hadn't seen that yet, but that would be really freaking funny. Just even like, okay, even that one of his first actions as president was to immediately re-raise the price of insulin. Like, who can get behind that? Who's looking at that like, thank God he did that. I was waiting. Everybody hates that. It's so, I don't know, guys. Oh, yeah. The rug thing's pretty interesting. Yeah, Biden not flying. He's flying private. Never in the history of airplanes has that happened. There's lots of weird stuff. But I'm honestly exhausted with it at this point. It's funny, it's interesting, it's like, but I don't know, I'm kind of leaving it to other people to dig into that stuff. Once upon a time, like that was my brand of fun. I was like, I loved that kind of stuff. And I'll probably love it again in a couple days. But right now I am too busy thinking of Lord of the Rings and what will happen to these hobbits and how they trek across mountains with bare feet. Granted, their feet are disgusting. I hope I'm not a hobbit. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Hillary dragged her booty across the rug. Oh, good Lord. Your second wind will come. Thank you, Celestial AG. This would be like my 47th wind, but I agree with you. I know. I am already starting to feel it. And it helps to connect with people who are not blackpilling. And so it's hard. It's hard for everybody. And there are people that I think there are, even people that, have YouTube channels or whatever, or have somehow gotten themselves into positions of being, talking to people like I have, and who are not feeling very secure, or they're being surrounded by people who are like very nervous and seeing all of the worst case scenarios and stuff like that. And I feel very fortunate that I have some people in my life that are like helping me stay focused on like the hope and the possibilities of good things happening, actually better than we could have even imagined. But so I don't fault people for having a hard time right now with keeping their. You to see this. Not right now, honey. No, stay. No, freeze.
It's so funny.
Okay. No, out, please. No, out. Thank you. Shut the door.
It's not violent, I promise.
Well, that's good. Out, please. No. No.
Sure?
No.
It's only like a few seconds left.
No. Okay, there's only a few seconds left. Stay over there. What is that? That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. Is that your baby picture? Okay, out, please. That helps too. Shut the door, please. Yeah, that helps too. I literally don't have the choice but to be upbeat, like as down as I was like, well, life goes on. I still have a child to take care of, and I still need him to be hopeful and happy about the world. And so, yeah, sometimes when you don't have a choice, it's the best thing for you. Yeah, Hillary did shrink. I saw that. I saw that. He's laughing his ass off right now, by the way. Where can we find you now besides YouTube? Thank you for asking. So I am on DLive. I am on Twitch. I'm on pilled.net. I'm on Foxhole, which is an app you can download. Go to the App Store. And there are actually a ton of really great people that are going to be on Foxhole. That's like going to be a great home for a lot of people. And I know they're adding some more exciting people to that. So I feel like that's just going to keep getting better and better. And it's never going to be taken away from us. Like you don't have to worry about like on YouTube going to find somebody and being like, oh, wow, they're gone. YouTube deleted them. That's never going to happen on Foxhole. I'm also on Telegram and Gab. Spiritually, we fight the darkness and we are all struggling, but we must keep each other up and drag each other across the finish line. Yeah, I like that. I've had people drag me by my sideburns when I needed it the most, and I am here to drag you guys by your sideburns. When's the next podcast with Jordan? I don't know. But definitely, again, we'll definitely be doing that again. As you guys may have noticed, we didn't do We the Media this week because we've had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and with running that Telegram, and we've got big plans for the future too. So I think it's going to be really good, but yeah, we couldn't do that. I don't have a BitChute, but I should probably get on that. My list of passwords is like, I have to scroll for like 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. That podcast is high energy. And that's all IET. Like he's got so much energy, and that is the great thing about him. And he's definitely one of those people. He's one of those friends where I am just so grateful for that high energy and the fact that he's just like, he never gives up. He's always looking at the bright side. It is unbelievable to me because it is the opposite of me. When I'm like, oh shit, this is not looking good. This looks really bad. He's like, yes, this is going to be awesome. Oh my God, this is so awesome to watch. And I'm like, okay. And it helps. Oh yeah, good point, Tessa. Make sure you use my Linktree because there are imposter accounts for whatever reason. I have no idea why somebody would want to impersonate me. But for some reason, I have people making accounts under my name and with my picture and stuff out there. So I'll do my best to keep my Linktree up to date. And I just feel like that's the best way so I'm not like sending you guys a million links and you never have to look, whatever. You can just have it all in one place. Patriots are like willows. We will bend and we will sway, but we will never break. I love that. Jordan Sather, Cindy. Have I checked out in the Matrix? I love In the Matrix. Yeah, he's super cool. The Foxhole link is not on the Linktree yet. So, I'm not sure if there's a link for that. That's why I don't have that on there. I believe, I don't know, maybe Alara can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's an app. So you download the app on your phone or go to pill.net. X22, no drama. Yep, X22 is really great. Everybody is always sending me their videos, his videos. Just, yeah, like no BS, just like always. And he makes really great points. Foxhole is in the App Store. Yes, correctamundo. We have 10 minutes left before the Journey to Truth, the roundtable starts, and I want to go over to that. So if anybody has any other questions. You can call it up on your browser, fires right up. Oh, awesome. Linktree is it's like one link, one URL, and then the person can put all of their links. So it's kind of nice. It's very, what's that really difficult word I'm trying to think of? Convenient. 3 syllables, man. Am I pals with Jenny Moonstone? Yes, I am. Good pals. I love her to death. I'll probably have her on here eventually. Yeah, so basically what I was saying is that there are a lot of people that are kind of phoning it in right now with the positivity, like behind the scenes. I'm kind of hearing them like freak out a little bit, or I'm hearing that some people are not really doing very well when it comes to this. And it's totally understandable. And a lot of people are being influenced just by the people that are around them. And I was definitely like, I'm definitely one of those people. If I was being surrounded by a lot of people that were really down right now and blackpilling hard, I'm a follower, guys. What can I say? I would probably be doing the same thing. So I feel very fortunate that I'm not. And so it's part of the reason that I force myself, no matter what, to kind of come and share the positivity with you guys. And hopefully you guys will spread it around too. Alternative education. I like that. Yeah, we did some meditations. One of the cool features on Telegram is that you can do a voice chat. And so we did a few of those this week with just like meditations. A few of my friends and I decided that we wanted to meditate together and like get on the same page before we did that. And then I just kind of opened it up to anyone could join. And I like that. I like that feature. In a lot of ways, Telegram is way cooler than Twitter. It's just different. Gold pilling. I haven't heard of that before. Yeah, so if we're in the 10 days of darkness, what would this be? Day 47? How long has it been since the inauguration? Like 6 days? 6 days, right? So that would mean we'd have 4 days left if we're looking at that timeline. Not that we'd be date friending here, but it's one of the many possibilities. You know, there's 10 days of darkness. There is the done in 30. There was General Flynn asking us to hang on until the end of January. There is the it's never going to happen ever timeline, which isn't going to happen. So just break this finger off and throw it on the ground. So anyway, we'll keep our eyes on that. That would be glorious. Man, would that be glorious. Blackouts at Vatican, etc. 10 days. Do I have a Telegram group you can join? Alfredo, yeah, I do. It's in my link tree. Hold on. I will drop my link tree one more time. This has everything. It's got my personal Telegram. It's got the We the Media Telegram. It's got, look at you, Tessa, on top of it always. Everything is just on there. What if Trump is the first? Will we all melt down again? I'll melt down, but also like, I don't know. If that's the first arrest and we're talking about that being a part of the plan, then I don't think it's going to end being a bad thing. Maybe it will be something for optics, but I don't see that happening. That don't make no sense. You always have a plan till you get punched in the face. Exactly. What am I having for dinner? I am having spinach tortellini for dinner. Are you ready to dance in the street? Man, I would love that. That is the plan for Florida, for Cocoa Beach, Florida. I am going to dance in the street. Get some sun. I need some sun. I need to research all of this. I've been so out of the loop with ridiculous, debilitating depression that it took over my brain and body, trying to get back into my real self. Boho Bee, I hear you. Oh my gosh, do I hear you? Focus on, research the fun stuff. There's a lot of goofy stuff to look into. There are a lot of things that are, part of the plan that are entertaining and make you kind of chuckle. Find community people lifting and talk about this stuff and aren't that have a hopeful perspective, because it's really all that useful right now, right? And there are a lot of really great people out there that are still like laughing and having fun. Join a meme group. Memes are like a great way to both learn what's going on and laugh. right? There's so many people also in the community, and everybody is willing to help. And for the most part, no masks, mask holes on Foxhole. That's right. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, take break too. That's for sure. We've got 5 minutes left. Kelly Slater's from Coach. Surf, but thank you. Surfing with you. Tell everyone to, I know Twitch is like for some that's where I have the least amount of people. It seems like most of my people kind of migrated to DLive. Well, a lot of stayed on YouTube. Believe it or not, I still have my YouTube. Will I ever have Nicole Frolic on my show? Yeah, absolutely. Nicole's one of my really good friends. She is awesome. She is the real deal. Keystone. Hang in there, friends. Red has been open, spreading like a sprinkler. The seed planted. Exactly. Oh, sorry, Suiterbug. I don't know why. Oh, that looks like it shot. It's all those entertaining videos that my son's doing right now. Sorry, I'm frozen. Hopefully. Did we ever figure out what that structure house? I'm assuming you mean that kind of 3-story, like it would be a parking garage. That was media, and remember when they were doing like saddest parade of all time, the inauguration when they were on the street. So that was where the spectators stood. I don't know why it's still. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it's freezing. Glitchy. Lo siento. Anyway, that was for spectators and media that day. All right, I am, since it seems like it's being glitchy anyway, I'm going to get going. Meet me over at the Journey to Truth. Let me get the link again. It'll take me 14 minutes to find it, but you love me because I'm completely helpless. All right, here we go. Someone will have it definitely before me, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, meet me over at the Journey to Truth, the roundtable, and I'll be back next week on this. Find me on Telegram. That's where I'm hanging out mostly every day. And I'll see you next week, and maybe I'll see you Friday with IET and maybe even a guest. All right. Have a great night, you guys. Love you very much.